Hey everyone, it's Deborah and it's Craft Fair Friday. Okay, so I bought something off of Etsy, this little notebook from Covered by Grace Creations, and it's just the cutest little coffee-shaped notebook. And I decided after that I wanted to make my own version, and I made it with my Cricut. So here's what I came up with. This was the first one I made, and it's not perfect by any means, and it is bigger than that one by Covered by Grace Creations, and I will link to her channel. She has a different Cricut than I do. She has the circle one. But anyway, I did make my own file in Cricut and, came up with my own version. So here's the first one I made. This is 4 inches. This is the second one I made. The third. And then fourth. I got a little bit better each time, although this is not perfect, and I'm going to talk to you about that. You use the Cinch and my Cricut to make these, okay? The Cinch and my Cricut. So let's go ahead and talk about the punches. So I went ahead and cut out a bunch of scrap to try to figure out how to use the slider and get it right on the cinch. Okay, so let me show you the slider. I started out with trying to figure out how to do 4 holes first. Okay, and let me go ahead and show you what I did. So I had the slider. This is probably the first time I did it. I had the slider set at 1 1/16. This is the slider, and I had it set at 1/16 right down here. Okay, lined up with that 1 1/16. That was 4 holes, and that was not correct, obviously. So that kind of made that really off. Okay, then I tried it again. Slider at 1 inch, which is all you can do. It would have to be less than 1 inch for this to work, to get it correct in here. So I gave up on the 4 holes. So then I tried at 3 holes, okay, at 1 inch, and that's off. So anyway, don't pay attention to that. And then this was the closest I could get. The slider at 1 1/16 inches, okay. This is going to be 3 holes. You push 1 through 3 and pull 4 through 12. And that seemed to be the best way to work for me. That got it as close. It's still off a little bit, but it's as close as I could get it at that point. Oh, that's what I went with. So your cinch will need to be the slider at 1 1/16 inches. And then you're going to push 1 through 3 and pull 4 through 12. So you don't want to punch 4 through 12. Okay. And if you guys find a better way to do it, let me know. Okay. Just let me know. So I'm going to show you how to get this right. Okay. I have some that I've already cut out, ready to go. I have 20 pages in each. I'm going to share the file with you on this video, okay? So let me go ahead and pull my covers. My covers. Where's my other cover? Oh, right here. Okay. So I am going to punch my covers first. And all I'm going to do is I make sure that I have this on 1 1/16. That's that first line after the 1 inch, okay? I push these in. I'm going to make sure they're stacked together. Remember, this is my front cover. This is my back cover, okay? And If you've used the cinch before, you know what I'm talking about on this. You want to push these in as far back as possible and make sure they're straight and butting up against the back of the machine, the punch thing. And then you can make sure that this is lined up there to the left. And then go ahead and punch. I punched them together. So there you go. My advice on this is to punch as many as you can together at the same time. Remember, you're going to push it all the way to the back, then line this up on the side, and then punch. Okay? Those are my pages. Got a little confused there. Okay, so I'm just doing 2 sets of pages. There's 10 each in each one. I'm not counting. I'm just grabbing and doing them. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it over as far to the left and make sure that this is all the paper is touching the back of the machine, and punch. Okay, there you go. Okay, so they're pretty straight. They're pretty straight. The covers are pretty straight as well with that, by minimizing the amount of punches. Okay, so I'm using a 5/8 ring, and have some extras left over from previous, which is this is the greatest thing to use up all your extras. So I need 3. I'm going to cut. Boy. And they're all tangled up as usual. You know, that's just the name of the game with these little things. So let me go ahead and see if I can get them apart. Oh gosh, really? Fun, guys, fun trying to figure these out. Gosh, come on. Well, it seemed like, okay, you know, it's kind of like untangling a necklace. Yeah, well, we're going to go to a different one. Otherwise, I'll be here all day and you guys will be gone. Okay, so anyway, all I'm going to do is, let's make sure that I'm all the way up so you can see this kind of. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see because my handle's in the way. Let me pull this over here. Okay. And then my camera's blurring, so give me a minute. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put my pages on first, real quick, and then the front, and then the back. Okay, guys, when you get over to to crunch it, you want to make sure that those wires are both hitting the back of the machine. You want to make sure that you have it dialed to the right thing, and then you want to go ahead and crunch. And there you go, perfect. Just about. It does a little bit more than I want it to, but there you go. Isn't that cute? Easy peasy. So I'm going to share the file with you and talk to you about the file and how you can, you know, customize it for yourself. There's even stickers. The stickers are included with the file. I did everything on my Cricut Joy Extra because I have to justify buying that thing. You know, anyway, I just wanted to share this with you, and I will put another one together, but I am going to talk to you about the Cricut file. Okay, here is my screen for the Cricut file. It's called the Fall Coffee Cup Shaped Mini Album. I apologize, I cannot get my screen recorder to work correctly. So let me explain a few things to you. Here's the actual coffee cup itself, the front cover. You will need just to cut out one of these, and then you'll need a back cover that's plain. You'll also want to cut out 2 pieces of either chipboard or 110-pound cardstock, which is what I used, and I sandwiched that 110-pound cardstock in between the 2 sheets, the 2 pieces of paper, that tan paper, to make the front cover and the back cover. Okay, you can also go ahead and cut out another or layer 210 pound pieces of cardstock, depending on how heavy duty you want this to be. So you'll see that there's pages are all different colors. Guys, I used 10 different sheets of paper because I wanted a different sheet of paper. You know, I wanted a lot of variety in the little notebook, so that's what I did. And I'm sorry about that glare. Let me get a little bit closer. That seems to be making it go away. There we go. So I did, if you want all these pages to be the same, go ahead and change them. There's 20 sheets in each little book, just to give you a heads up on that. 20 sheets in each little book. The heavy duty, the 110 pound cardstock, you could go ahead and change 2 of them to a different color, like dark brown or whatever color your cardstock or chipboard is, and then that would differentiate to, you know, make it easier to know what you're cutting. Okay, and then here are all the little stickers. They are stickers, but you could also cut them out in cardstock and just, you know, glue them on the front of the cover, or change these up to meet, you know, match what you want, or whatever paper you're using, whether it's Christmas, fall, what have you. If you have any questions about this file, please let me know. It's pretty easy, guys. It's not my file. I just put it together, and the stickers are not my stickers. I just put it together because I wanted to make the little notebook. Another thing, if you do not have a cinch, let's go ahead and move this over. Sorry about that. If you don't have a cinch, you can actually punch holes up here and put rings in it. You know, that would be a way to make a notebook. You could put your own little binder rings in there if you wanted to do that. Or if you have a tiny hole in a piece of spiral from a notebook, you could cut it with a wire cutter and just punch the holes to match in here. Or unless you have the spiral punch, you could do that as well. I mean, there's options to make this a little notebook without having a cinch. Okay, you can, you know, just, you know, think outside the box. You don't have to have a cinch to make this. Okay. Anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you need help with anything, let me know. I do have more under my name. You can also find other shaped albums I've made, and I do have videos with that as well. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, bye.